Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So as a part of this video, I'm going to take a mock interview with one of my subscribers. His name is Ganesh, having a total of 4 years of experience in software testing. So let's welcome him. How are you?
Yes, sir, fine. Thank you. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So where are you from?
Sir, I am from Nawapur, Maharashtra. It's
Okay.
located on Gujarat border. Yeah.
Okay. So from how long you're watching my YouTube channel?
From last 15 to 20 days, sir.
Okay. So how comfortable you are?
Yes, sir, I am completely comfortable.
Okay, so I want you to be relaxed completely because this is just a mock interview. You are not losing something. You are only going to learn something for your real interview. So I want you to be totally relaxed. And I like your confidence that you're laughing. I mean, I'm liking that you're quite confident. I'm really happy for that.
Yes,
So
sir. Thank
if
you.
you are totally okay, then shall we proceed?
Yeah, sir, I'm okay. We can proceed.
Okay. Before proceeding, I just want to tell you that I'm really happy that you came forward. I'm really happy for that. I really appreciate that. So
Thank you, sir.
you can go
Thank
ahead.
you, sir, for giving this
Welcome.
opportunity to me.
So you can go ahead to introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. So myself, Ganesh Borse. I'm from Nagpur, Maharashtra, and then I have completed my post graduation from MIT Pune in 2015. And sir, about my career, I have around 4 years of experience in functional testing, manual testing, or little bit in API testing. So as a tester, sir, I have worked on different types of testing, such as component testing, feature testing, then integration testing, system testing, regression, sanity. And as a tester, sir, I'm primarily responsible for the collection the requirement, then analyzing the requirement, writing the test cases, executing those test cases, defect tracking, and then defect logging. So these are my primary responsibilities. And apart, as a part from tool, I have worked on Jira, and in past I have worked as well as in Bugzilla as well, sir.
Bugzilla. Okay. And in this 4 year of experience, you have worked in a single company or how many?
No, sir, I have worked around more than 3 companies, sir.
More than three. That is four companies.
Yes.
Okay, absolutely great. Okay, I want to understand that in these four companies, which all SDLC model they were using?
Sir, in my first company, they were using a waterfall model, and then after that, completely I was in agile, sir. So I can say like that. 1 year I worked in a waterfall model, and 3 year I worked in a agile model.
Okay. So I will give you two statements. Let me know which is correct.
Yeah, sir.
So first statement says that agile methodology is the best method because it delivers product very fast and it can handle the changes very fast. This is my This is my number one. And number two says that there is nothing that particular SDLC model is best. It all depends on the company and the type of project. Which statement you feel is correct?
Uh, yeah, sir. I think so. Second statement is correct, sir. According to the each project, yeah, yeah, sir.
Because there are a lot of fresher people who will be asking me this question that because I will be taking a lot of interviews, they will be just saying me that agile is the best. So I just want to tell you them, I just want to tell to them that with this video that it is not like agile is the best one. Agile has certain advantages, but there are many companies for them waterfall is the best. So do you agree with
Yes,
me?
yes, sir. Completely. 100% I agree with you.
Okay. I want to understand more on this because frankly telling, I have not worked on waterfall model till now. You have worked on both waterfall and agile. I wanted to explain this. How?
So, sir, suppose we are 100% sure about the requirements, and suppose we have a critical project, just like some satellite projects or something. So, there the requirement should be fixed at earlier stage only. So, there is a no requirement changes means at a certain period. So, that time agile means a waterfall model will work good. So, that is the best example, sir, for that. But in a agile model, we can say like that. Suppose there is a project, just like in banking projects, the frequently changes are there. and they are coming up, and we need to fix those requirements. So that's why agile model is comfortable in that project.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. In my most of my interviews, I have spoke about the difference between waterfall and model and agile model. So, I mean, I believe people have now understood it. Okay, let's move to the next question then. Since I can see your resume, you have mentioned that you have worked on Postman, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, I wanted to tell me something about Postman. Where do we,
Sir,
why do we use?
yeah. So Postman is, we can say like that is an interface between the client and server. By using a Postman, we can retrieve the data. We can perform the crude functionalities in that. Crude is nothing but we can create a data, we can read a data, we can update the data, and we can delete the data by using the different APIs from client to server. So this is the interface, and we can perform these functionalities in the API.
Okay. And your Postman is a client or it is a server?
Uh, Postman is a, we can say like that, sir, it's a interface between client and server. It's not a client. Client is our front end and server is our back end, right? So it will communicate between both the client and server.
Okay.
And it's a, we can say like that, it's a client because we can see the response in uh, Postman.
I would add some point here. What you have answered is not, I mean, 100% not correct. I would like to add some points here. See, you know HTTP, right? Hypertext Transfer
Yes,
Protocol. Your
yes,
HTTP enables the communication between your client and the server, and
right.
your server will be the application that you're accessing. That means, let's say you are in a company called as ABC company, and you will be working on some application, right? You will be working on some, you will be testing some application in particular company, right? Maybe your name of your application is, let's say, maybe MKT example. And so the server will be the application that you are trying to access, and your client will be from where you are accessing. So if you're using Postman, and from Postman, if you are accessing some APIs of a particular application, that means your Postman is the client and server is the application that you're trying to access. And HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol, it enables the communication between your client and the server. Is it understandable?
Yeah, yeah, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Will you
sir.
agree with me?
Now it was clear. Yes, yes, sir. I'm agree with you.
Okay. See, Ganesh. I mean, in case you anyway feel that what I'm talking is wrong, you can point out to me, because there are many people who are watching us. I mean, this video will go live, right? And in the end, so in case you feel anywhere that what I am telling you are not satisfied, you please point out to me, because we want to deliver the good content to our customer, to our viewers. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I want to understand from you that since you have worked for almost 4 years into software testing, uh, I want to understand from you, because you are an experienced person now. You are no more a fresher, or you are no more a person who has less than 2 years of experience. You have 4 years of experience. I want to understand from you that what is the most challenging part for any software tester?
Yes, sir. So most challenging part we can say like that, the understanding of the application first of all, right? The tester should be means whatever is there means in terms of application or in terms of requirement, he should understand first of all that requirement. That only he can validate that. Then he should be attentive at the every time, right?
Yeah.
Then second part of we can say like so second point, the at the time of validation we should be cautious about the data what he is using. So most of the times we are facing the difficulties in test data, so we are not able to test that application. That time we upfrontly ask for the test data from the means developers or from the PAs.
Okay. Can you tell more?
Then we can say like that, sir. Tester should have the means creative. He should able to create. He should able to think the creative scenarios. Then only he can find the critical defects, or there will be a no defect in the case. Right? If he If suppose there is a tester and he will validating only the look and feel and basic functionalities, then the most of the times there is a chances he should miss a defect and it will come up to. So that's why he is able to find out that, and that time he should be that much attentive, and the way he is thinking is totally out of the box. He should have.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. I'm really happy with your response. Since you're having 4 years of experience now, I want to understand from you, like, why you have not worked on automation testing?
Uh, Yes, sir. Actually, I can't say like that. I haven't worked. I worked, but for very short period of time, almost for less like for 3 or 4 months. But in that company, I didn't get that much chance, or I can say that much opportunity to work on it because of this projects, manual projects. I couldn't get the time that much to work. But if in case in future I will get opportunity, surely I will work in the automation. But I just know the basic concept about the automations, but not completely. I'm not aware about that.
Okay. See, Ganesh, since you have almost 4 years of experience, I would advise you to, I mean, in case you are not getting opportunity in your office, I would advise you to at least start like in home. You will be having your laptop right in home. I would advise you
Yes,
to
sir.
start in home at least. You take any application, maybe a Flipkart application. The reason I will be taking name of Flipkart application to most of my candidate is because I mean, it is one of the, I mean, anyone can perform their automation script on that, right? It is widely available. Anyone can just go to www.flipkart.com and they can log in and they can play with the application, right? I mean, playing with application doesn't harm to the server, right? So I will just advise you that just start exploring automation. Maybe Selenium Java will be the best advice. If I'm not forcing you, but if you can tell me something that you know on automation side, I would ask just one or two questions. If you only tell me what I should ask, I will ask that. I mean, if you're comfortable, if not, I will move to manual.
Yes, sir. Means I know. I would like to search on whatever I know in automation. So there are different types of we can say uh, ID locator, then path locator. Then by using that ID or by using that name, we can locate the we can validate the that functionality that I know not more about it.
Yeah, yeah, that's
But
fine.
I know the how to inspect it, how to find it.
Okay, okay, I understand that, but I will advise you to, I mean, start from home. You can start working from home so that because you're having now 4 years of experience. Now, if you try to search job, I mean, frankly,
Yes,
speaking, it will be slightly difficult to you. So, I mean, that's all my advice to you. So, let's move to the next question. I want to understand from you, like, what, according to you, or what you feel is the difference between bug leakage and bug release.
bug leakage is nothing but sir, suppose tester has validated any functionality and he missed that defect, and that defect is identified by the client. So we can add as bug defect, bug leakage. But suppose if there is one functionality and in that we knowingly release that defect to the client environment. So we can say like that is a bug release.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine answer. I want like,
Yeah.
what do you mean by API testing? What do you do in API testing?
Yeah, sir. Now we can do. Suppose I want to test any request, right? Now, suppose I want to test one. I will give you an example from banking perspective. Like suppose in a request, I want to see a details of any customer, right? So in the API request, I will give the ID. Suppose I want to just see or I want to just read that information. That time I will use the get method and I will give the ID of that customer and I will submit the request, and then after that I will get the details of that customer. So we can check the details of any request in the API only. So it can save us our time. Whatever we are getting in displayed in front end, that we can see in API only. So it can save our time. Then we can execute multiple means more test cases in API. It won't take that much time. So that is the difference.
Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Why you think that developer should give you APIs to test on Postman instead of giving full-fledged of software consisting of front end and back end together?
So it can save time, we can say, or it can save the project cost, right? Means if suppose your API is correct, right? So we will not get the much defects in our front end. So that is the easy job. It just means it will save the efforts of manual tester.
Okay, see, whatever you have answered is from one point of view. See, there are many companies are there out there. Let's say that I am developing only APIs now, and now same API I'm giving to different companies to use it and run the business. Maybe let's suppose that I am working in some B2B company. You understand B2B, right?
Yes, sir. Business.
Okay, let's suppose that this company is a B2B company. It is not developing full-fledged of software consisting of front end and back end, but it is only developing the API because finally this company needs to give this API to different companies so that they can integrate it with their UI and they can run the business. So there are many companies out there like that. So I mean, you said me that the developer will give you API to save the time because those errors should not come after integration with the UI, right? So this is one way of answering it, but this is the
Right.
real answer that there are many companies. We will even develop the APIs to give it to multiple companies, right? So maybe for that. And one thing that you said me that it will save your time because first you are testing with API and then you will test it with the front end altogether. So it will, you said me that it will save time. It is not going to save your time because first you are doing API testing and then finally you are going to do UI testing. From UI you will be testing it, right? So this is not, I mean, this is not going to
Right.
save your time. This is time consuming only. But the reason we do API testing because just to make sure that the logic is written perfectly fine. The logic is working perfectly fine and it is working as per the company standard or as per the requirement. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir. I'm agreeing.
Okay. So you have worked on Bugzilla, right? Bugzilla.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Can you talk about it something?
Sir, in Bugzilla, it's nothing like a bug tracking tool, right? Means we can log the defects in that, and we can raise the defects in that, and we can track. So in that, suppose if you wanna log a defect, then we will click on create button. Then we need to enter the different parameters, means description, then summary of the defect, then ID of the defect, then actual results, screenshots, then log by, then epic link we need to give there, then story link we need to give, and we can create the defects and we can manage the defects there in Workflow.
Okay. Okay. And in your company, they are using any project management tool in your company?
Yes, sir. In my current company, we are using a Jira for
Jira.
management.
Okay. I want to understand from you what do you mean by project management tool? What they will do in that?
So in project management tool, we can manage the epics, right? Then we can manage the stories. Then we can manage the test cases in that, right? So suppose right now I'm using a Jira in my company. We are using. So each epic contains multiple stories, right? So what is the status of that stories? Then we can track and we can validate and then we can update and we can apply the different types of filters and we can see the results and graphs. So we can see we can complete manage the projects here.
Okay. And in your company, who is managing that project management tool? Is it your product manager or some manager who is preparing, who is managing or who is handling that project management tool in your company?
Product owners.
That is your BA or product manager, is it?
Yes, yes, product manager.
Okay. Okay. I want to understand from you like the main role of a product owner or product manager. Main role. What role will be the main role? Can you name some 5 main role of product manager?
Yes, sir. The main responsibilities of product manager is like that. All these stories and are delivering completely fine. Then all the validations, then whichever uh, bug and defects are logged by the QA tester are resolving fine or not. Then he will take care of that. Sprint is deploying completely fine or not to the staging environment like that. Means, and then he will conduct the daily stand-up meeting. Then he will conduct this. He will also involve the retrospective meeting after the sprint. Product owner. That these are the responsibilities of product owner or project manager.
Okay, that's fine. I want to understand from you because you are having a 4 year of experience now, so you will be able to answer this more precisely. That why do you think that software will have bugs? Why do you think that? Why it will have bugs?
Sir, because of the misunderstanding of the requirement. So sometimes what will happen, suppose there is a requirement document. So while developing the features or application, sometimes developer will misunderstand. Means it is a functionality as a defect, or so he will develop the features like that only, and you will get the bugs, right? So that is the one reason he can misunderstand the requirement. And while sometimes while attending the grooming session, he will misunderstand the concept differently in a different way. So like that he will build that application or he will build that feature according to his knowledge. So that's why it's required.
Okay, okay. Your company prepared traceability matrix.
Yes, sir, we are preparing a traceability matrix.
Who will prepare that in your company?
My test lead, sir.
Okay, have you seen that? How does it look like?
Yes, sir, I have seen.
Can you
So,
talk a little bit about it?
so traceability matrix, we can say like that, it will verify whether all the functionalities are verified, means all the functionalities are covered to the perspective of the test cases for the each requirement they have written the test cases or not. They will we will map that or we will track that in that. So in that we have a different columns. Suppose first column is that my requirement, right? My functional requirement, and in that second column test cases is there. Means for that particular requirement, how many test cases are there? So we will map the requirement to the test cases and we will verify all the requirements are covered. Like
Okay. See, in severity, we have multiple types, right?
yes, yes, right.
I want you to give me example of each those type.
For example of severity, right?
Each kind of severity.
There are four types of severity.
If you
Again,
want to
it
switch
depends.
on your fan, you can switch it on, no issues.
Yeah, it's fine, sir. Otherwise, it's not.
Okay.
So, sir, there are four types of severity, like an critical, then majority, then normal and minor. We can say. So, suppose, sir, high severity means we can say suppose there is one application and it crashing at the some corner side, right? So we can say like that it's a high severity or it's a critical severity that time. And so suppose if there is a company logo or something is not correct or color is not correct, that time we can say like that severity is low because severity is from the application side, whether it's impacting or application or not. That it will check the severity, sir.
Exactly. You have not worked on performance testing, right?
No, sir, I haven't worked, but I have an idea about the performance testing.
Okay, I want to understand from you because you have 4 year of experience, and I want you to tell me why do you think that performance testing has to be done? And first question is this, and what will happen if you don't do performance testing at all?
Okay. So, sir, performance testing is mandatory or important. We can say like that. Suppose I have released the one application or I have deployed the one application, but we haven't checked the load of that application. Means how many users can log in at the same time, so how much load it can handle. we haven't checked that at time it will impact to the business, right? So that time we need to make sure that whether it is accepting the load, and there are different types of performance testing. So we can say like that load testing, volume testing, then security testing. This factor we need to validate there. And in that sub load testing means in that what we will check exactly. Suppose my application is built for the 100 users and I am checking for the 100 users. Then we can say like that it's a load testing. Then after that it's a stress testing is there. Then my application is designed for the 100 users and I'm validating with the more than 100 users. So we can say like that it's a stress test.
Got
And
it.
then volume. Yes.
Got it.
Do you
Got
want
it.
me to explain?
I got it that you have a knowledge of performance testing. And now I want to
Yes.
understand that. Yeah, yeah, please, please.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, sir, thank you.
Yeah.
Some
So
background noise will be there, but it's fine, sir. I will try to loudspeak.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Please talk loud because your sound is little low. So
Yeah.
I want to understand from you that you said me that performance testing, right? So you know any tool by which we can do performance testing?
Yes, sir. We can do the performance testing by using a J meter. J
Okay.
meter we can use for the load testing, the stress testing.
Okay. Now I want to understand. Let's say JMeter is not there. JMeter is not at all
Okay.
there. And now it is just a web application. Now you want to do the performance testing of that, and or let's say it's a mobile application. So what challenges you can face while doing a performance testing with, let's say you have few test engineers with you? How will you do that? How will you plan that? Any idea? Can you do it?
No, sir. Actually, it's not feasible. Suppose my application is built for the particular 10 users or 20 users, then I can validate. But uh, if it is built for the more than 50 users, 100 users, then it's not feasible in such a scenarios.
Yeah, absolutely. See, you know that there are two type of application. One is your B2B and one is your B2C. And you know that
Right.
load on B2B application will be less, load on B2C application will be more. If your application
Yes, sir.
if your application is B2B, that time you can perform your manually performance testing. You can test it manually
Right, sir.
in case possible.
Right.
Otherwise, why not someone will go to performance testing tool, maybe JMeter, definitely. But a B2C application where load will be more, manual testing is not at all possible. In that case, you need to move to some automation tool, maybe JMeter, with the help of which you can do performance testing. So with the help of that, you can check the stability response time by applying load. So yeah,
Yes.
that's fine. That's fine. Now I want to understand from you. You are dealing with web application, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Let's say that you are testing your web application something and something is not working. That means you are clicking something and something else is coming, or maybe nothing is coming. So my main question here is, before raising a bug, what and all things do you check? Before raising a bug, what and all things do you validate from your side?
So in such a scenario, most of the times what will happen, sometimes it requires the clear the cache and cookies, right? So we are validating any application, and because of that, we haven't clear, so that way we can face the issues, right? So that time it was working in the dev environment, but it is not working in the stage environment. So that time I will first clear the cookies and caches, and then I will update it. And sometimes what will happen, suppose my browser is not updated, it pending it's due for the pending, right? And I haven't updated and I'm validating. That time also I can face these issues. So I will update my browser, whatever it's there, it's a Google Chrome or Mozilla, and then I will validate. Again, if it is not working, then I will log the defect, sir.
Okay, I understood it, but what you have said it, but will you not do something else other than doing this?
Yes, sir, that's all, sir. I will try to reproduce, but if it's not able to reproduce, then I will log it.
Okay, just let me know whether you have done this or not. In web application, something is not working. You will go to the right click. You will click on
Yes,
install.
yes, yes, sir. Thanks, sir. Yeah, 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 sir. Yeah, that I have done. Means in that I will check support, sir. I'm trying to log in, right? But login is not allowing me. Then I will check the console. I will click on the F12, and in that we are having a multiple tabs, just like in console log, network tab. So in network tab, I will check the response of API. If suppose if the response is my 200 or 201, then I will say if the API is responding correctly, the issue is something different. Then I will check in the console log. So what is the exact error I am getting? That I will see if, whether it is a really issue, then I will log it.
Yeah, absolutely. And just let me know, since you have worked in 4 different companies, do you know about application logs?
Uh, yes, sir, application logs I am aware about.
Okay, can you talk
But
something
not
about?
in application log, we can see, suppose I have I have passed some parameters, right? Suppose if it is a username or password, but I am not an authorized person to that application, right? And I click on a login button, and it showed me some error. That time I will check that application log, and there I will get to know that yes, I am not an authorized person. That's why I am getting this 403 error or something 401. So that in that way I can check that application log.
Okay, so have you used application logs in your 4 companies ever?
Not for sir, but I have used for around 5 to 6 months. In one project, I used to check that.
Okay. So if something is not working when you are dealing with some web application or mobile application, what you can do is you can go to the application log and you can check what issue is coming. In your application logs, it will give you exact method that is breaking. So when developer would have developed that application, he would have written multiple methods, right? He would have written multiple
Yes.
methods, and you're clicking something is not working. That means that some method will be breaking, and that you can go and check in the application logs. So this is the beauty of it. And as you said me that if you right click and go to the network tab, you can see the API call. And if I say you now, if you're seeing the API calls, I will say that some API is responding with 503, 503. What do you will understand with that?
503 means page is not available or server is not available. We can say like that for 503. Page is
Okay.
not responsible.
See, when you're getting 503, it means that the application which that API is responding, that application is particularly down. Means app is not up, the application is down. So you need to restart the application. So that means 503. And I want to understand from you, since you spoke about authorization and all, I want to understand from you, what do you mean by 401 and 403? Since you have said me, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah. Sir, so 401, suppose I don't have access to any particular application, right? And I am trying to view, then it will give me a 401 error. Okay. But in 403, suppose I am having access to that particular page, but for the there are different types of page, but I don't have access for the remaining 2 pages. So I am not authorized that time. So that time I will get a 403. I am having access to the application, but for that few functionalities I am not an authorized person. So I will get that 403.
Okay. Okay.
We can say,
401 is unauthorized. Is it correct?
yes, sir, right.
And 403 is forbidden. Is it correct?
Forbidden. Yes, yes, right, sir. Forbidden.
Okay.
Means we are forbidden to that request actually.
Exactly. Exactly. You are not allowed to go. That is forbidden. 403 forbidden. Got it. Have you seen release note in your 4 company or anywhere? Release notes.
Yes, sir, I have seen.
Okay. Have you prepared that ever?
I haven't prepared it, but I know what all are the fields are there in release notes, sir.
Okay, if like let's say if you are going to some new company where it's a startup company and they have not releases something, it's the first time product is going to the production. What and all things you will keep in your mind, keeping in mind that you are the QA lead there, and now you have to prepare the release note. What and all things will you keep in your mind?
So, sir, in that release note, what all are the features I have released in this build that I will mention? Then, what all are the defects I have fixed, or what all are the known issues? then I will mention in that release note. Then what all are the database or configurations I have used, that will also mention in that release note. Mm,
What else you will mention?
Features, application, database, defects, known issues. Those things I will mention in the release note.
Okay. And will you mention all the procedure to install the build?
Yes, sir. Procedure also I will mention in that release note. Means
Okay.
how to install the applications and steps I will mention in that release note.
And let's suppose that the company which you are working, they are doing a bug release. That means they know that there is a bug in the application and they are still releasing it. The reason maybe it's a minor bug and they are releasing it. Will you mention that bug release or that bug in your release notes?
Yes, sir. We will mention as a known issues and we will deploy to those defects to the client by saying like that we will fix those issues in the next sprint and we will create the backlog of these items and we will fix that in upcoming sprints.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So in a present company, your tech lead is your QA lead is preparing release note, is it?
Yes, QLED is preparing this
And
one.
he's also preparing your traceability matrix.
Yes, sir, he's only preparing the presentation
Okay.
matrix.
See, I want
And
to understand from you because you are also leading to a point where you can become a test lead today. So I want to understand from you because you are an experienced person. What do you think that when a person can become a QA lead, or if I just have to be more precise, my question will be: when you think that a person is capable of becoming or handling a QA team or becoming a QA lead, when you think that he can be.
so means the person who is able to, we can say like that he is able to prepare the test plan, then he is able to handle the teams, he is able to assign the work to the means resources, and he is prioritize the work according to the load. And suppose he is able to review, he is able to do peer review, then he is able to prepare the traceability matrix. If that resource has this all the response means capabilities, then he can become a lead.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Ganesh, that's all from this interview, Ganesh. If I have to give any feedback from my side, so it will be just that you're quite good in manual testing. As I can see, you answered most of the questions. There was not a single question which you were failing to answer. Wherever you were lagging, I added some points from my side to the answer, and that was really nice. As I said in the previous part of the video, that where you need to improve yourself, I have already said to you. I I should not repeat it again, but if you will ask me, I will just say that if company is not giving you opportunity to work on automation testing, or it there will be multiple reason for that. I'm not sure of. So you can start preparing in your home, maybe the system that you are own. You can start learning your core Java. You can start learning your Selenium basics. I'm not telling you to become a rocket, but at least basics that will really help you. And and you can also learn performance testing, how to do it. And you can also learn web security testing. See, you are working on web application, right? So definitely you can
Yes,
work on web security testing. There are videos on my channel available absolutely free. So if you just do it,
yeah,
I mean, you can add an extra advantage to the company. You can show to them that that's the skill that you have. So there is a tool called as Burp Suite. So I say that to all the people who have not worked on automation testing till now, and because manual testing is not the skill to be in the IT industry, you need extra skills to it. So and since it is taking you time to learn automation testing, meanwhile you can start doing web security testing using Burp Suite as a tool. It's absolutely free tool. So its videos are available on my channel. You can go and watch it and start doing it in your company that you are working on. They will be really impressed. Believe me, they will be really impressed. And believe me, the application that you're working on, you will get a lot of bugs with web security testing tool that is Burp Suite, and they will be quite impressed. So that's feedback from my side. And in case you have any suggestion for me, you can go ahead.
no, sir. completely confirm. I'm watching your videos for last from 15 to 20 days, but almost I have the way you are teaching is completely different, sir. So whenever I have subscribed to it, then I have alerted. So whenever you are posting the videos, at the most of the things, I am the first viewer of that video. I'm feeling like that. So I am just waiting for more videos, sir, yours from Selenium. Even I have watched all the Selenium videos from your channel, but I am just waiting for more videos and I'm trying to learn it, sir. So thanks
Yeah,
for
sure, sure, Ganesh, sure, Ganesh. Frankly speaking, I mean, most of the videos are prepared. It is just a step away to be uploaded and go live. See, frankly speaking, it's a time of Corona crisis where many people have lost their job, and the main motive of uploading these mock interviews is to make them where they are, make them understand that how the interview will be, and for the people to understand how interview will be, and for them to understand and prepare well before attending a real interview. That's the reason I'm forcing and uploading more videos on this manual mock interviews. Believe me, Java and Selenium videos are on the way. I mean, definitely will upload it. You don't have to worry. I know that people are waiting to see that. I will definitely upload that.
yeah, yeah, sir. Sure, sir.
You have any
Thank you so
questions
much.
for me? Any suggestion or something?
No, no, sir.
Okay, Ganesh. I wish you a good health and a good career, Ganesh. We will be in contact definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir.